What is the right way to get started with OpenAI API in Java? Do not blindly copy and paste the code from your AI assistant. Follow me as I'm going to show you the right way. Demo first, I will build my first Java program that sends a prompt to ChatGPT via OpenAI API and get the answer from the AI model I prefer. You see, this Java program will send this prompt to OpenAI server. The prompt is motivate me by a code from Buddha. Now let me run this simple Java program inside my favorite IDE, Eclipse IDE, and wait for the answer from OpenAI server. Okay, now we got the answer from OpenAI server. You see, each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most, Buddha. Perfect, right? And let me check the logs on OpenAI platform API logs. So I'm in OpenAI platform website here and click logs. Okay, now I got the API code log here. Motivate me by a code from Buddha and the output. Each morning we are born again, you see. So the program actually sent a request to OpenAI server to call ChatGPT to answer the question specified in the input prompt. And how much does it cost to send that request to OpenAI server? Keep watching as I'll tell you at the end of this video. Basically, the OpenAI company exposes its REST API via the internet, so any application can access the API with valid secret keys. The API can be chat completion, which is the old one, and the new one is response API, embedding API, and so on. And the API, all the APIs are very well defined on the OpenAI developers website. For example, as you can see here, it shows an example to call the response API using current terminal, the API endpoint URL, the content type of the request, the authorization. Note that every request must be sent with OpenAPI key and specify the model and the prompt in the body of the request. And thanks to the OpenAI Java SDK, Java applications can now use this SDK to call OpenAI APIs easily. Now let's create a new Java project in the IDE. You can use the favorite IDE. I use Eclipse, so I create a new Java Maven project. A new Maven project. Check this option to create a simple project. Next, group ID, for example, net.code Java artifact ID, my first OpenAI app. Okay, I skip the name and description. Packaging type default is Java. Okay, click finish. Here we go, a new Java Maven project got created. It is an empty one. And open the Maven dependency project file from.xml. And first thing we need to add is the dependency of OpenAI Java SDK under the dependency sections, dependencies. And this is the OpenAI Java SDK homepage on github.com. And for Maven, you can use this dependency, copy and paste. Okay, as of this time recording this video, the latest version of OpenAI Java SDK is 4.45. Okay, and create a new Java class, new class here. For example, main class under the package net.code Java. Okay, and we copy Java code on the OpenAI developer website. Quick start. Click here and then you can see the option to see the code in Java. Let me copy this code and I will explain to you later. Okay, we were started with this example code. Let me see where is the copy button here and paste into this class. Change the class name to main. Okay, here we go. Our first Java console program. that use OpenAI API to call the AI model or ChatGPT. And before spending some money to run this program, let me explain this code quickly. The first statement creates a new OpenAI client object by reading API key or secret key from environment variable, and it will use the OK HTTP client to handle requests and respond to the server. And the second statement creates a set of parameters to call the response API. Here you can see we set two parameters. The first one is the AI model, GPT 5.6, and then the input or the prompt. You can change the model here by updating the string here, or you can use a constant here. You see chat model. Then you can see a list of supported models: GPT 3.5, GPT 4, GPT 5.1.2, 5.4, 5.6. Here I choose GPT 5.6 Luna, which is the cheapest one. You can see the pricing for API call here. GPT 5.6 Luna, the cost per 1 million input token is only $1, and the cost per 1 million output token is $6. It's not the cheapest, but it is affordable. Okay, so the first parameter we specify the AI model. Depending on the application's need, you can choose GPT 5.6 or Terra and Azure models. Okay, and the second parameter is the prompt. Here, the prompt is write a short bedtime story about a unicorn. And the next statement actually sends a request to the server and gets the response back inside a response object. And the last statement passing the output, the JSON output, to get the output text from the AI model. Later, I will explain this in more detail. Okay, but now let me try to run this program. I am going to spend some money now. Right click Run as Java application. Oh, I got an error. You see, at least one credential source must be specified credential API key. That means we need to create a new OpenAI API key and add it to a system environment variable. So the client can read the API key from environment variable. To create a new OpenAI API key, head over to OpenAI platform website at this URL, platform.openai.com. Sign in with the OpenAI account and click API keys on the right side and click create a new secret key here. Give it a meaningful name. For example, for my next great Java app. Okay, the project is my default project, and for testing purpose, I choose the permission is read only and click create secret key. Okay, API key generated. Copy before it won't be shown again. Okay, done. And then we need to create a new system environment variable to store the new OpenAI API key on Windows. I open a new command prompt window and run it as administrator privilege. Okay, and I use the setx command with the amp flag. The variable name is OpenAI underscore API underscore key, white space, and the secret key inside double quotes, and I paste the secret key here and hit enter. You see successful message appears, specified value was set. Okay, now note that after setting a new system environment variable like this way, you need to restart the IDE so the program can read the new environment variable. So let me quit exit Eclipse. Okay, and launch it again. Okay, the IDE has been restarted. Now let me run the program again. Run as Java application. And wait for the answer from OpenAI server. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, in the moonlit forest, lived a little unicorn named Luna. You see, so this is the response, the answer to the prompt. Write a short bedtime story about a unicorn. Cool, right? And we can verify by go to OpenAI platform and check the API logs here. Okay, just a moment. You see now I got a new log recorded. Write a short bedtime story about a unicorn. You see. Okay, so I have spent some money to for this request, and this is output a short bedtime story. And before running this program again with another prompt, before sending some next little money, I want to explain why we need to have this kind of code to extract the output text from the JSON. Okay, so a response from OpenAI API can have multiple output items, and some output items are messages, some are not. An output item can contain some messages, and the message can contain multiple content bars, and some content bars are text, some are not. And finally, in some content that has text, we extract the text from that content. That's why we need to have a stream pipeline code block like this: response.output.stream, and we use the flat map to compile multiple items in the response into single one, combine multiple messages into a single stream, combine multiple contents into a single stream, and combine multiple output text in a single stream, and finally print out the text in each output. I hope this makes sense to you. If not, be in mind that for extract the output text from the answer, we need to use this type code. One more thing, let me show you a test in Postman so you can see the response from OpenAI API in JSON document. So this is the API endpoint, and I specify model, and the input of the prompt is motivate me with a code about humanity. Okay, and I hit send button here. And I can now see the response in JSON document. You see JSON document here. You see it can be multiple items. Each item can have multiple messages. Each message can have multiple content, and each content can have multiple output. And you can see the output text here. This is the answer from the AI model. And additionally, this JSON document has metadata for the response and request, and you can explore this JSON document to understand more about the response from OpenAI API. Just remember that you can use the Postman program to test OpenAI API out to understand the JSON response. And as promised, now I'm going to run this program second time with a different prompt and show you how much it costs. Okay, so my second prompt is explain unicorn. to a Git. Okay, and run the program again. Wait for the answer from OpenAI model. Okay, here we go. The answer. A unicorn is the magical horse with one horn on its forehead. Okay, let me check the API log on the server. Logs. Explain unicorn toolkit. Okay, open this. And here you see the number of tokens for the input is 11 tokens. The number of output token is 55 tokens. And as per this pricing table, I'm using GPT 5.6 Luna. The cost for GPT 5.6 Luna, the cost per 1 million input tokens is 1 USD, and the cost per 1 million output tokens is 6 USD. So this is the formula. Okay, this is a formula. Total cost of the request. Now let me apply the number of tokens here. 11 tokens. 11 token divided by multiplied by 0. Sorry, 11 multiplied by 0.01, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros after the decimal point. Okay. And plus the cost for the output token. Here we have 55 output tokens. 55 multiplied by 0.00.6. 5 zeros after decimal point, after period, and 6. Okay, and I have the final cost for that API request. You see 0.000341 USD. Very cheap, right? So that's the right way to get started with OpenAI API in Java. Leave me a like if you have learned something new and hit subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.